A couple of weeks ago, I had a chance to unbox and get my first look at this. This is a Samsung Galaxy Tab S5e. And I was really anticipating this one to be really good. Not only does it come in at a good price, it has a gorgeous Super AMOLED display, quad speakers that sound really good, and it also has some really good cameras. That really surprised me. The front camera was excellent, and so was the rear camera. So I put it through its paces for the past couple of weeks, and I've come to a conclusion. Hey everybody, it's Andrew, and this is my review of the Samsung Galaxy Tab S5e. Coming up. Now, before we begin, in the interest of disclosure and transparency, I want to let you know that Samsung did not pay me for this video. They are not a sponsor of this video, and they did not provide a review unit. I bought this with my own money. All the opinions you're about to hear are my own, and nobody has seen this video before its release. Now, if you haven't already done so, check out my unboxing video and first look. I go over things I won't cover here, so check it out. I'll put the link in the video description below. Now, I went over the specs in my unboxing video, but for those that didn't see it, the key takeaways are you're looking at a gorgeous 10.5-inch Super AMOLED display. You're looking at the Snapdragon 670 mid-level chipset. We'll go over the performance and benchmark numbers in just a little bit. Really good cameras, which surprised the hell out of me, both front and back. We'll give you some more examples in this video. And of course, those quad speakers, they're tuned by AKG. They're really good. We'll go over the sound in just a little bit as well. Now, it also has a non-removable 7040 milliamp hour battery. I did my charging test. I did my battery test. We'll go over all that later on. It's running the latest version of Android 9 Pie. That's always good to see. It's also got Samsung's own One UI skin. That's a lot more slimmed down, less bloatware than TouchWiz from years past. That's really good to see, actually. Now, you're looking at a starting price of $399, to me very competitive, and you're also looking at another $129 for the optional keyboard cover. We'll go over that in just a little bit. And this all comes in a very thin and light package. In fact, it's 5.5 millimeters thin. It's also only 400 grams in terms of weight. Very nice job in terms of engineering. I can't get over how thin this is, by the way. It's incredible. Now, to me, the star of the show has to be its 10.5-inch Super AMOLED display. It's a high-resolution display with a resolution of 2560 by 1600. That's 288 pixels per inch, a 16:10 aspect ratio, and an 81.6% screen-to-body ratio. They've managed to slim down the bezels enough to make it look good, but also functional as a tablet. You won't get those accidental touches. To go any thinner, I think, would really ruin the tablet experience. And it's also a very bright display coming in at 640 nits, making this great for both indoor and outdoor use. I like that. Now, because the display is so sharp and crisp, it's really good for watching Netflix and YouTube. In fact, watching YouTube in 1440p is excellent on this. You're not limited to 1080p, and I like that. And to me, you're looking at one of the best displays for a tablet, bar none. Better than the iPad, in my opinion. I think this is really sharper, better colors. Just to me, looks a lot more vibrant. I actually love it. This is one of the best tablet displays I've reviewed in a very long time, that's for sure. Now, I decided to also get the keyboard cover. Now, some of you might not want to spend that $129, which is expensive, by the way, but that's, I think, where we're going. Apple's offering is also very expensive. Now, for that money, you're not getting a backlit keyboard, so keep that in mind. That's a little bit of a disappointment. I was hoping this time around we would get a backlit keyboard, but the connection is very solid, and the typing experience is actually pretty good, although a little bit cramped, which is to be expected in a 10.5-inch device. Now, speaking of productivity, this has the Dex Mode, and you don't necessarily have to have the keyboard case or actually have to attach a monitor or mouse to use it in Dex Mode. You can use it directly on the tablet screen itself, for those wondering. Now, I showed this in my unboxing video. This is the VinPoc split USB-C monitor, and it's a touch monitor and works great in the Dex Mode with the Tab S5e. Works really good together, nice combination, and I like the fact that I have that touch ability as well as you'd have, of course, on the tablet screen. You now have it on the USB-C monitor. And by the way, VinPoc sent this over for me to check out. They're not paying me, they're not sponsoring me. I just thought it was a pretty decent monitor, a nice USB touch monitor, and it worked really well with this tablet in the Dex Mode. Let me know if you want to see a separate video on this monitor. I'll do it if I get enough demand. Now, one thing missing with the Tab S5e is pen support. There's no S Pen like you'd get with the Tab S4, and I'm sure they're saving that for the Tab S5 later this year. But I did find a nice solution over at Amazon. It was sent to me by Moco, and it's their active stylus. It comes in under $40, and to me, it's a nice solution, although you're not getting the pressure sensitivity, of course, you'd get with the S Pen, and you're not getting the palm rejection. But having said that, you can navigate with it. It worked really well. It doesn't look bad, and it feels good in the hand in terms of size and weight, and it does pretty good in terms of drawing as long as you just keep your hand off of the display. And it's also rechargeable, so you don't have to worry about getting any kind of batteries or anything like that, and it's compatible with other devices such as the iPad. Again, I'll put the link in the video description below, and I want to thank Moco for sending it over. The Samsung Galaxy Tab S5e is running the Snapdragon 670 chipset. Now, this is a mid-level chipset. They didn't go with a faster, higher-end chipset, probably because they're saving that for the Tab S5 with the S Pen later this year. So they went with something mid-level, and performance is actually pretty good, pretty snappy. The OS is very fluid, and as you can see from these benchmarks, it did very well. Now, of course, it's not going to do as well as the iPad Air 2019, which is running a much faster processor, or the Galaxy Tab S4, which has a more flagship-like processor from last year. Now, I don't play too many games on a tablet, but I did test out a few games on this. PUBG actually worked really well. I was surprised on how fluid, how smooth everything turned out, and it was very good. So gaming is definitely possible with this. Again, you're not running the fastest processor as far as a tablet is concerned, but for what it needs to do, it can definitely get the job done, that's for sure. Now, when it comes to battery life, the Samsung Galaxy Tab S5e doesn't disappoint. In fact, it did very well on my continuous web surfing test. It did 10 hours and 9 minutes, which was very good. Now, it wasn't quite as good as the Apple iPad Air 2019. That did 11 hours and 58 minutes, but it definitely outlasted the Samsung Galaxy Tab S4 from last year, which got 9 hours and 34 minutes. So all-day battery life is definitely possible with this tablet, so that's good. But if you do need to plug in, they do supply it with an adaptive fast charger. It's 9 volts, 1.67 amps, and will give you a full charge in 2 hours and 30 minutes, which is actually pretty good considering the size of the battery. If you watch my channel, if you know me, you know I really don't like taking photos or videos with a tablet or a 2-in-1 because the experience for the most part has been really bad in the past. That all changed with the Tab S5e. It really surprised me on how good the front-facing camera and the rear camera is on this. Now take a look at some of these examples from that rear-facing camera. I think they're really good. Now the lighting conditions, of course, in this shot are not that great because it was overcast and very cloudy here in Las Vegas, and I still think the images came out pretty good. Now, are these going to be as good as the highest-end flagships with the top-notch cameras we've been seeing as of late? Of course not, but for a tablet, this is probably the best one I've seen so far, and I think they're only going to get better. I'm curious to see what the Tab S5 later this year will produce in terms of camera quality. I'm looking forward to testing it out. So this is 4K video, 30 frames per second on the Samsung Galaxy Tab S5e. It's not the brightest of days here in Las Vegas, a little bit cloudy. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about the video. Now, I thought the selfie camera or the front-facing camera was really good, especially with the live focus or portrait mode with that nice blurred background or bokeh effect. I thought everything looked sharp and clear, especially in great lighting. So this is the front-facing camera on the Samsung Galaxy Tab S5e. It's actually a really good front-facing camera, especially for a tablet. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I actually think it's pretty good. It's pretty clear, it's sharp. I actually like it. Now, when it comes to audio, the quad speakers are AKG tuned and they're Dolby Atmos, and they sound great, get loud, and overall sound output is excellent. Let's give it a listen.
Whoa, whoa. And if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to see, honey, I'm a big whoa, honey, I'm a big
There are some known issues with this tablet. The most serious one is, of course, that Wi-Fi issue. If you hold the tablet a certain way, that would kill the Wi-Fi. I tried to recreate that. I did not experience that at all with my unit. Everything worked fine as far as Wi-Fi is concerned. But be aware, it might be an issue, and if you do experience it, the good news is there is a nice return period with Samsung. You could always return the tablet if you're experiencing any issues. So to wrap it all up, can I recommend the Samsung Galaxy Tab S5e? And the answer is absolutely. I love its bright, sharp Super AMOLED display. The slimmed down bezels are much appreciated. The super thin and light design, really thin. And its best-in-class cameras for tablet, excellent quad speakers, and very good battery life make this a very attractive option. Of course, there are a few flaws on this, none deal breakers in my opinion, but there are some things they can improve on. For instance, there's no S Pen support. I'm sure they're saving that for the S5 later this year. It's not a flagship processor. Some have experienced that Wi-Fi issue. I did not, and the keyboard cover can get expensive. But this is a nice option starting at $399. I'm going to give it a score of 91%, making the Samsung Galaxy Tab S5e worth your money. So what do you think about the Samsung Galaxy Tab S5e? I actually really love it. And the reason I love it is for $399, you're getting a premium display. You're getting that 10.5-inch Super AMOLED display that is absolutely gorgeous. And I also love the speakers on this. They're AKG tuned and they sound great. They can fill up a room and it sounds really rich and full, and I'm really happy with them. So for multimedia purposes, not only is this great to look at, but it sounds great as well. I also was surprised at how good the battery life is. We're looking at 10 plus hours, so all-day battery life is definitely possible with this tablet. And as far as the performance is concerned, I thought it was actually good. Even though it's not running the highest-end chip, it's running a mid-level chip, the Snapdragon 670, and the performance numbers were actually pretty good. I was able to play games such as PUBG on highest settings, and everything worked really well. There was no lag. Everything was very smooth and very playable. But the missing piece, I think, is the pen. Now, this is not one that obviously comes with it. There is no S Pen with the Tab S5e, but this does work well. This is from Moco, active stylus, and I thought for the price, you're getting some really good value. You're able to sketch out some artwork. You're able to take some notes. Great as a pointing device. And really no complaints. In fact, I'm happy they sent this over because it worked really well, not only with the Tab S5e, but with the iPad Pro and other devices with a capacitive screen. So I'll put the link for this in the description of the video below. But I think it was a miss on Samsung's part to not include S Pen with this, but I understand their reasoning. Hopefully the Tab S5 later this year will have an excellent S Pen with new features in it. Of course, we'll see when I get a review unit at that time. What do you think of this Galaxy Tab S5e? I think it's a really good value of $399. Now, you will have to pay $130 for the keyboard cover, and the keyboard cover is good, but again, a little bit of a cramped typing experience, but that is to be expected with a 10.5-inch device. But I thought it did the job as far as getting emails done, typing out some documents. This definitely did the job. It's thin and light, and it gives some modest amount of protection, but it definitely does add to the cost of the device, that's for sure. But if you're going to criticize them for the price, you're going to have to also criticize Apple as well. They charge a very hefty premium for their keyboard covers as well. Is this something you want to pick up? Is this the tablet you've been waiting for? Or would you rather wait for the Galaxy Tab S5 with S Pen support, hopefully, coming later this year? So please hit the like button, please subscribe, please share this video. Don't forget to leave a comment in that comment section below. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if there's a device or something out there you think I should review. I'll do my best to try to make that happen. Don't forget to check me out on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram, and of course my website, AMDtechreviews.com. So until next time, this is Andrew from AMDtech. See ya.